This year we mark 80 years since the defeat of Nazi Germany, a liberation that, for the Jewish people, came too late. By May of 1945, 6 million Jews, one-third of world Jewry, had already been systematically murdered. For most survivors, liberation was not a moment of joy. It was a moment of emptiness, trauma, and loss. Yet even in their anguish, survivors chose life, rebuilding, as generations of Jews had done before them. Many eventually made their way to the land of Israel, taking part in the Jewish people's long-awaited return to sovereignty in their ancient homeland with the establishment of the modern state of Israel. 80 years later, we face a sad reality. Anti-Semitism still persists. I would like to share with you the words of Holocaust survivor Yosef Bino, who passed away recently at the age of 98. This is what he wrote after October 7th. My name is Yosef Bino, and I'm 97 years old. I escaped the flames of the Nazi beasts, but my entire family was consumed by that inferno. Ripped from my deep roots, I built a memorial from basalt stones, a tribute to those who were lost. On the verge of collapse, drowning in despair, I clung to this land and planted myself in Zion. I married Aviva, and together we raised two wonderful children, Ophel and Nuit. Ophel and Michal blessed us with 4 grandchildren in Kibbutz Kfar Aza. Nuit and Mickey gave us 6 more. I watched as my family's tree took root in the soil of our homeland and flourished. But then, without warning, on October 7, 2023, evil struck again. The nightmare returned. Fire, ash, the slaughter of innocent lives. My beloved grandson Yahav, the one closest to my heart, was murdered while protecting his wife Shaili and their newborn daughter Shaya. And my precious granddaughter Hadal, along with her husband Itai, were brutally killed while shielding their 10-month-old twins Hori and Guy. Once again, I find myself depleted, drowning in sorrow. This time, there's no earth left for me to hold on to. End of quote. On October 7th, our collective memory was awakened when once again Jewish men, women, and children were slaughtered simply for being Jewish. Yet there is a stark difference between then and now: the existence of the state of Israel. Today, while we face genocidal enemies bent on our destruction, we no longer have to depend on the world's mercy. We have a sovereign nation. We have an army to defend ourselves. The Israel Defense Forces are fighting and will continue to fight to ensure security for our country and people, and to ensure the long-awaited return of the 59 hostages still held in Gaza. For them, October 7th has been ongoing for 569 days. We cannot rest until every single hostage is home. But the war that we are fighting is not confined to Israel's borders. Around the world, including here in the United States, anti-Semitism is once again rampant. As we gather to remember today, we must also ask, what does remembrance demand of us? The words never again carried with them a sacred responsibility of a commitment to action. Just as we look back at the Holocaust with a clear vision, seeing who stood on the right side of history, who was on the wrong side, and who allowed for evil to spread, so too, years from now, history will judge what each of us does today. At this moment in time, each of us is called to take a stand. We share a responsibility not only to remember the past, but to examine what we are doing today in order to actively stand against evil. Most importantly, as we remember the 6 million Jewish men, women, and children who were murdered in the Holocaust, We know also that out of the ashes of the Shoah, the Jewish people have prevailed, survived, and thrived. We will overcome today's enemies as well, and we will continue to write the incredible story of the Jewish people. Am Yisrael Chai.